Right now at 5:30 on WKYT this morning, 4 people face charges in connection to 2 murders in Lee County and will face a judge today. Details on the case just ahead.
Also on WKYT this morning, we are learning more about a chase that ended in a deadly shooting involving state police. This is in Scott County. We'll find out how police think it all started.
A country legend will make a stop in central Kentucky for a concert. We'll tell you where Dolly Parton will be appearing at coming up.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Instead of 9 to 5, we sort of work, 4 to 2 or something like that around here.
Not normal, AKA.
Right, yeah, but good morning to you. We're glad you're with us on WKYT, a reference to the Dolly Parton hit from way back. Yeah.
I love that movie. That is a
good,
really timeless movie.
And a fun song. That'll be a good concert tonight over in Danville. It's good to have you along. We have a lot of news for you this morning. We want to check weather.
Yeah, Micah, what say you?
Well, it looks like we'll have the 70s this morning, 80s by the afternoon. It's just your typical summer day. But here comes some rain in the forecast. And we get into your afternoon, that's your best bet. So this morning, only a small chance out and about. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are outside this afternoon at 40%. It's not a great chance, but it's a pretty decent shot at least seeing a passing shower or thunderstorm. Heavy downpours are going to be our main threat. There's no doubt about that. That's going to be the issue the next several days. But if you have any plans going on the next few days, often towards your weekend, I'm going to show you when I expect the bulk of the rain to move through. Not just these scattered showers and thunderstorms where it's hard to plan, but when the bulk moves through where you can say, okay, I definitely need a plan B. It's in there in the forecast, and I'll have that coming up.
All right, we'll see you shortly, and let's get to the news.
The suspects in 2 Lee County murder cases will be arraigned today in court.
Anthony Taylor, Kevin Kendall, Wesley Johnson, and Cassandra White all face charges in connection to the murders. WKYT's Mark Barber is live now with details on the case. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. In 4 hours, the 4 suspects will all stand before a judge for the first time in the murder case. State police say the 4 people were all involved in the murders of 28-year-old Billy Rourke and 36-year-old James Brown. Troopers found Rourke's body on Hell Creek Road in Lee County on Friday. Then on Saturday, their investigation led troopers to Brown's body. Both men had been shot. Troopers think Rourke was forced to his knees and then killed execution style. The 2 suspects who are charged with complicity to murder are 22-year-old Wesley Johnson of Irvin and 32-year-old Kevin Kendall of Beattyville. Cassandra White, a 23-year-old from Beattyville, and Anthony Taylor, a 34-year-old also from Beattyville, are both charged with murder and complicity to murder. The family of the second man who was found dead worries the suspects will post bond and get out of jail soon.
My cousin's getting ready to be put under the ground forever. While they're going to get out of jail, they're going to get to walk free. They're going to get to have Christmas, Thanksgiving, holidays with their family.
The 4 suspects are all being held on $1 million bonds. So far, investigators have not said why Rourke and Brown were shot and killed. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. We're learning more about a deadly shooting involving state police. They say police shot and killed a man during a chase in Scott County. It happened along Midway Road yesterday afternoon, not far from the Woodford County line. Police have identified the man as Juan Godines of South Carolina. They say it started when Godines was holding his wife against her will, but when troopers went to arrest him, they say he took off. Troopers say Godines then crashed his car on Midway Road and took off running toward a nearby creek.
We were scared, yes. It's not uncommon. Occasionally we'll hear people hunting back there, but this sounded way more than just a hunter. It sounded back and forth and very close.
A resident in the area there talking with our news team. State police say they shot and killed the man. They say he was armed at the time. We do not know how his wife is doing this morning.
Investigators have identified some human remains found near a Clark County road last Friday. State police say the remains are those of Robert Jones, a northern Kentucky man who disappeared in July. The remains were found off Goshen Road near Winchester. Police say Jones and his girlfriend Crystal Warner were murdered. Her body has not been found. The couple last seen alive in Washington County. State police arrested Craig Pennington and charged him with the murders.
Well, you now have more time to comment about Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin's proposal to change the Commonwealth's Medicaid program.
The original comment period ended at the end of July, but now there's a new deadline for comments. WKYT's Mike Fire is live in Lexington with information we all need to know. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. Yeah, Governor Bevin is giving people more time to comment on his proposal to change the state's Medicaid program. According to the Associated Press, officials made this decision last week, but they did not send out a news release, instead posting a link near the bottom of the website devoted to the proposal. The notice online says the deadline is 5 p.m. Friday, but Cabinet for Health and Family Services spokeswoman Jean West says the deadline is actually Sunday. She says public notices are scheduled to be published in newspapers on Thursday. Now, the original deadline was July 22nd. The federal government has to approve Bevin's proposal first, a proposal that would require able-bodied adults to pay premiums of up to $15 per month to receive coverage. It would also require beneficiaries to have community engagement, such as volunteering for a charitable organization or getting a job in order to qualify for the coverage. Bevin says his changes would save taxpayers roughly $2.2 billion over the next 5 years. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. We'll point out that it's the governor requesting this of the federal government, and ultimately the decision will be made in Washington. Police in Laurel County say an Ohio fugitive and 8 other people are in jail. They say it all started with a search for a missing person. Police say Thomas Scott's family reported him missing. They say they then received a tip that he was at a home on Arthur Ridge Road in Laurel County. And they say they found out that Scott was actually a fugitive. When police showed up at the home, they say 8 people were there, and they denied knowing where Scott was. But they say they found him hiding in a bedroom there. Police say they arrested him, and they've charged the other 8 people with hindering prosecution and alcohol intoxication. One of the people charged says she didn't do anything wrong.
My side is I saw Tommy's truck pull up. A guy and a woman was in it. I did not see Tommy. And we told the officer, go ahead, look in Tommy's home. Well, he came out with Tommy, and when they said, yeah, he's got Tommy, we're like, we didn't know.
Police say Scott was wanted in Ohio for child neglect.
Testimony is expected to start this morning in a Lexington murder trial. We've also learned a jury has been seated for Paris Charles' trial. Opening statements in the trial were yesterday afternoon. It's expected to last 2 weeks. Police charge Charles with murder for the 2014 death of his girlfriend, Golja Massey. Police say parts of her body later washed up along the Kentucky River in Jessamine and Henry counties.
One of 3 teenagers charged in connection to the murder of another Mercer County teen is scheduled to be in court today. 16-year-old Trenton Easterling is being tried as an adult on charges of murder and robbery. Police say in April, Easterling shot 17-year-old Tristan Cole and left his body in a field. The other 2 teens charged in that case are accused of tampering with evidence.
The court date is set for 2 Clay County officials now facing multiple charges. Police arrested Clay County Judge Executive Joe Asher and road foreman Buford Jarvis on Friday after a grand jury indicted them for abuse of public trust, bribery, and criminal possession of a forged instrument. Investigators say the 2 men used public money for projects in private homes. Asher and Jarvis will be arraigned on August 29th. A Clay County man who was at the center of a multi-county manhunt last month was back in court. Timothy Lawson faced a judge for his preliminary hearing yesterday. He faces charges in several counties, 9 in Clay County alone. Deputies say he stole cars and broke into homes. Lawson told investigators he was high on drugs during most of the alleged crime spree.
The time now 5:38 here on WKYT. This morning, Lexington police are still trying to find a driver who they say is responsible for a crash that damaged 3 homes. That happened along Georgetown Street. Police say a man's Jeep jumped the curb, then hit a porch at one home, hit a support beam on a second home, and knocked a third home off of its foundation. Someone living nearby took pictures of the driver once witnesses say he started to leave the scene. They say he claimed he did not have any insurance.
It explains why he left, because he knew he was in trouble.
Police say no one was injured in any of the homes that were damaged. They say the Jeep is not registered in the name of the man who was driving it.
The state's Public Service Commission has approved a compliance plan for Kentucky utilities to close and cap coal ash ponds. The ash comes from power plants. Kentucky Utilities will spend $675 million to meet new federal environmental requirements for coal ash ponds at 5 sites. The PSC says KU will raise rates as part of its plan. The rate hikes will peak in 2022.
It's the first day of school today in some Kentucky counties. Kids in Casey, Powell, and Pulaski counties head back to class this morning. Many schools in our viewing area, including Fayette and Madison County, will be heading back tomorrow. So some kids still have one more day of freedom.
Make it count, right? A former Moorhead State basketball star returned to Moorhead to get some kids ready for school. Now a member of the NBA, Kenneth Manimal Farid, came to give back to the place that helped him reach the next step in his career. His Manimal Foundation donated 100 brand new Adidas backpacks filled with school supplies to kids in need during a back-to-school bash in Moorhead.
Moorhead is a place basically I call home for 4 years, and to come back here and give back to the community, to the kids, and help them basically with school and any way you get a head start, because that's what we're trying to do.
The students will receive their new backpacks on the first day of school. Along with school supplies, each backpack has a signed picture from the Manimal himself. We've got a list of school start dates for public schools in Central Kentucky on WKYT.com.
All right, exciting times. Well, the United States currently in the lead in the 2016 Rio Olympics medal race. We have 19 medals right now. China in second has 13, and Japan in third has 10. The U.S. currently has 5 gold medals. 1 is in shooting, and 4 are in swimming. For silver, we have 7, with medals in archery, diving, fencing, and swimming. And in bronze, the U.S. also has 7 medals. 1 is in shooting, and the rest are in swimming. Well, an iconic country music superstar is performing in Danville today. Dolly Parton will perform tonight at 7:30 at Center College's Norton Center for the Arts. Her Pure and Simple tour will feature her most popular hits as well as a few new singles. This is Parton's largest North American tour in more than 2 decades. And there are still tickets available. We've just checked on that. They range in price from $175 up to $500. So it's going to be an exciting evening there with Miss Dolly tonight.
Priceless for you because she's one of your faves.
Oh, she's great. So, you know, it'll be, I guess there'll be Coat of Many Colors, and some of the great songs will be over there tonight at Danville.
Yeah.
So there you go. Time is 5:41 on WKYT, and let's check live drive traffic this morning, see what's going on. Here's a look at the region, first of all, and we have clear roads, as you see. The interstates are running fine. No reports of any major problems.
Yeah, looking good. And let's take a look at the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government's live drive cam. This view of Man o' War and Todd's Road.
All right, picking up a little bit out there. Tomorrow the school buses join the crowd, so everybody keep that in mind and be safe, certainly. Still a lot more news coming up for you Tuesday on WKYT.
An Idaho man dug up a mammoth of a find. We're in the tusk that dates back to the Ice Age when we come back.
The Fitter Radar Network picking up on absolutely nothing this morning. That's good news for you guys. The bad news is later on this afternoon, it will be picking up on some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And I'm going to show you when I expect those to pop up and who's going to see the rain coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
On Defender Radar Network early this morning, we are nice and dry as you walk out the door. No problems there for the kiddos as they're heading off to their first day of school in a few locations. A lot of schools go back tomorrow, but a few schools early this morning. Defender Radar Network, not much going on. Now let's talk about what's happening right now. Right now, some moisture streaming on in. It's coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Yesterday, these dew points, these are not your temperatures. Temperatures are in the mid-70s. But the dew points, the measure of moisture in the air. When you get higher and higher with dew points, that means humidity is rising very rapidly. 72 right now in Danville, 70 degrees in Lexington. Yesterday at this time, we were at 60 and 61 degrees. So here we go, jumping about 10 degrees with that humidity. You'll feel it outside this morning. Later on, you'll definitely feel it. There's no doubt about that, especially if you do not get the rain. It's on and off the next several days. Notice I said several and not couple or few. So it's taking you all the way throughout your 7-day forecast and even into early portions of next week as well. How much rain are we expecting? Well, most of us, right around 1 to 3 inches of rain. Some a little bit higher, too. 4 or 5 inches of rain now through the weekend cannot be ruled out. The better opportunity for rain is this weekend. It'll be more widespread. Reason being, here comes the front heading our direction. So if you have some plans going on this weekend, know this, that is your best chance of rain. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The next few days, we head off into Friday, okay? I'll stop it at Friday at 11 p.m., Friday night. Pretty decent shot at rain, especially back toward the west into the northwest. Scattered out and about, kind of hit and miss, and that's why you see the lower amounts. That doesn't mean, if you're sitting at 0.52 there in London, that doesn't mean you're going to pick up half an inch. It's just showing you where the better opportunity of heavy rain is located. And obviously, it's back toward Lexington, north and westbound, where these systems set up right over that area. Now watch this, okay? Let's go through Saturday into Sunday. Look what happens. Yeah, you talk about some widespread rain. I mean, we're adding an inch or two onto the forecast just in 24 to 48 hours. So that's something to watch out for. The access, the heavy rain access actually lies anywhere from the BG Parkway into Lexington, back toward Mount Sterling, work your way up 62 and 68, and then back toward the west, back toward Frankfort and Louisville. Some pretty heavy rain showing up there. Still, I would watch out down in the southeast. You could get one storm after another, and that could add up very quickly. So the next several days, there you go. 40% chance each and every day, single day. I have put in a 60% chance of rain on Sunday. If that changes, because remember, we're still 6 days out, and I rarely put 60% 6 days out because things change so dramatically. But we're very confident it's either going to come during the weekend or off into Monday, the more widespread rain. So that's just going to be the issue. The next few days is more of hit and miss. Some get it, some do not. But off toward the weekend, it does look like that front rolls through, and that's where you become widespread, and virtually everybody will start to see some rain as we get a little bit closer. So there you go.
Right. It's just been that kind of summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and maybe, as you said, hopefully this all clears on up next week.
We're trying to push it out.
Yeah.
Sometime around Monday, maybe as late as Tuesday, but I would say roughly Sunday into Monday. So hopefully.
Somewhere on the horizon.
Crossing our fingers,
Okay.
yeah.
Micah, thank you so much. Coming up on 549 right now, there's this Idaho man who went digging on his property, and he came across a rare find discovering a mammoth tusk.
Wow, Casey Keller was digging in a gravel pit near his shop when he found the tusk. He says he first thought it was just a plastic pipe or a piece of petrified wood. But after dusting it off, he saw that it was a bone about 3.5 feet long. Utah State University experts confirmed it was the tusk of a Columbian mammoth that at one time probably stood about 15 feet tall. Experts are carbon dating the tusk to get an accurate time frame of when the mammoth may have roamed North America. Keller says he is considering loaning the tusk to museums for a display.
The amazing thing is to think that he's just out in his own yard.
And it's probably the last thing you would really think that it actually is, even if it looked like it.
Well, that is an amazing discovery there.
Yep.
Good to have you with us on WKYT this morning.
Coming up, you'll get the stories making news right now.
I'll tell you what our team is working on. Also, we'll be checking traffic for you. We have some health news, and our top stories are on the way. And it sure is good to have you with us here on WKYT this morning. Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT this morning. Our time is 5:53. They're playing a little Dolly Parton music for us during the breaks there.
They did it for you, Bill.
Well, she's over in Danville tonight. Big concert over there. All right, going to update you right now on what we're working on.
Yeah, a lot of stories to making news right now. Testimony expected to start this morning in a Lexington murder trial. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks. Police charged Charles with murder for the death of his girlfriend, Golgia Massey. Police say parts of Massey's body later washed up along the Kentucky River in Jessamine and in Henry counties.
That's Paris Charles, the defendant in that. The suspects in 2 Lee County murder cases will be arraigned today in court. Anthony Taylor, Kevin Kendall, Wesley Johnson, and Cassandra White all face charges in connection to the murders. Police found one of the victims' bodies Friday, the other on Saturday, both on Hells Creek Road. A judge has set a $1 million bond for each suspect.
Topping your national news this morning, the 2016 presidential candidates campaign in key swing states today.
Hillary Clinton will be in Florida and Donald Trump will be in North Carolina. This is a day after unveiling his economic plan. The Republican nominee is facing a growing list of Republicans who say they won't be voting for him, now including Senator Susan Collins from Maine. Meantime, the parents of 2 Americans killed in the Benghazi attacks have filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Clinton, who served as Secretary of State at the time.
Delta Airlines is working to get stranded travelers on their way following a major computer glitch. At least half of all Delta flights were delayed or canceled yesterday after a power outage knocked out the airline's computer systems. Delta says its systems are back up and running. The company is investigating what caused the meltdown.
Authorities in Kansas are still investigating the death of a young boy at a popular water park there. Police revealed that Caleb Schwab suffered a fatal neck injury while riding the 168-foot-high ride at Schlitterbahn Water Park on Sunday. That slide remains closed.
There's another case of Zika virus in South Florida. That news tops your health headlines.
The person is from Palm Beach County, but had recently traveled to Miami-Dade, where at least 16 people are infected. Zika can cause severe birth defects in babies if the mother is infected during pregnancy. A new British study finds people who volunteer in middle and older age tend to have better mental health and emotional well-being. The researchers also found volunteering did not have the same positive association for people under 40. They say it could be that older people see volunteering as a way to be involved in the community, but younger people view it as an obligation. Perspective, I guess, where you are in life, right?
Oh, man. Let's get a check right now on today's traffic trouble spots. We'll look at live drive traffic.
Let's see what's going on here at 556. Here's a look at the region, and as you can see, it's clean, green. We have no reports of any troubles on I-75, I-64. All the major arterials are moving just fine. Now, the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government live drive cam. This is at Georgetown and Citation Boulevard. And it's starting to pick up.
Yeah.
Folks are moving on out.
Things getting going here on a, what is it, Tuesday morning?
Tuesday today.
Hoping it was more like Thursday, but still got a little ways to go.
Of course, tomorrow, the first day of school in Fayette County, so you'll see the school buses out there and all the kids. Everybody heads up for that and be safe. I want to check in with Micah right now. Let's see what the weather holds.
Yeah, if the kids are going back to school today, it's one of those days that the morning hours aren't all that bad. As you're walking out to the bus stop, getting those kids ready to go, I don't see any problems. Now, going into your afternoon, that's a different story. We're there in the low to mid 70s. The moisture's up. When the moisture starts to increase, that tells you one thing. Watch out for some heavy downpours. A few storms will be with us later on. Have a great first day of school, and for the parents and teachers, we'll see you back here in a couple of minutes.